Hello, good afternoon, good evening. Hopefully, y'all can hear me okay. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Sunday to all. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. Welcome to the live. Welcome. I'm very proud of myself, okay? I've been going consistently for the last few Sundays, so I appreciate everyone being here. Welcome. Awesome. Okay, I see folks already popping in. I appreciate you. I know AJ is road tripping. You are way over in Germany, so I appreciate you popping in. Probably sleeping now. Thank you so much. DJ Play Nice. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome. I actually started on time for once, right? I tried to be a little bit more prepared. Appreciate you, AJ's road tripping. If you see this on the replay, appreciate it. Welcome. Okay, let me just say welcome. It's a little cool here in Florida. Well, not right now, but this morning was cool. So happy fall for those who are now experiencing fall weather. And thank you for being here. Hope you will enjoy the topic today. I'm She Fires, all about self-defense, mainly with the firearm. And I've been mixing it up with the lives, doing some of the safety videos, safety lives. Really not maybe tied to owning a firearm and what that might involve. But now also for today's live, I wanted to bounce back to guns and firearm safety, all that. So I'm kind of doing, I'm mixing it up a little bit, keeping myself and everyone on their toes. So I hope that you are enjoying this. I had the series, the safety series I talked about at the gas station, and then also talked about the dating awareness. And I have one coming around probably in the next live, we'll talk about it. So I'll talk about it at the very end. So hopefully it'll interest you. Again, all about being safe, physically safe. I'll be sharing that, those details later in the live. So I hope you'll come along, or if you pop in and out, please do. But hello to everyone. Please, I appreciate it. All of you who have been hitting the like button. I would appreciate it if you would. And let's see, what have you all been up to this weekend? Like I said, it's going to be a cold couple days here in Florida. And I think it's like it's going to be a cold couple of days. The low will be maybe like 59, 66, something like that. So if I'm experiencing some cool weather, I'm sure you all really probably 40s and such. So I welcome the coolness, but I'm definitely thin-blooded. But let me say hello to everyone in the chat. And I'll check the AJ. Hey, the Virginia Bushcrafter. Good to see you. Caught your live. I hadn't had a chance yet to check your comment response, but I will, because I need you. Need your guidance. So I appreciate you. Hi, Rich White. Good to see you. Howdy to you. Howdy. Chessboard. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. DJ, yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, I should have asked and said, can you hear me? Can you see me okay? Okay, good. Hi, David. Good to see you. One of my local friends here in the area. Good to see you. Chicago Mike. Speaking of cold weather. Whew, good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome. Hi, AG. Are you new? AG? Will you let us know here that you're new? I would appreciate it. We welcome new folks. If you're new, we try to do the handshake emoji so that we can welcome you into the chat. The hand, that means, hey, nice to meet you. Let me know if you're new here. Appreciate you being here. If you're not, you've been here before, I apologize, okay? I apologize. Mr. Baker, good to see you. Good to see you again. I saw you yesterday. Good to see you. Welcome. Rich White, starting on time at amateur stuff. I know, no pro starts on time. Wait, this is me. I never started. I know it's not on purpose, but I'm trying to get better because I shouldn't be late. So now I'm giving myself ample time. I'm trying to be more strategic. Yes, but it still could happen. Okay, so no promises that I won't be late, but I'll do my best. Hi, Kurt. Kurt24. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome. Tactical FUD. Hi. Hello. Hello there. Saying hey to everybody. Welcome in. Let me go down here. CCC. I appreciate you guys popping in. Clover Tech. Hey. Good to see you. You're never late. Never took too long. It's anytime's a good time. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate anyone who pops in whenever they can. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Just joined the pre-trial. Sorry it took so long, girl. Happy to see you get to regular lives. I know. I was just mentioning that earlier. It's like this is like my 6th or 7th one, I think. So I just kind of started and I was like, okay, let's just see what it kind of evolves and not put pressure on myself to say I'm committed. But I'm starting to say that more and I'm starting to share that. Yeah, I go live on YouTube every Sunday at 6:05. 05 is just a little something extra. Just getting out of the bush. Thank you, Color Tech. Thank you so much. Let me just acknowledge this really quickly. Appreciate you joining the Patreon community. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Just getting out of the bush. Yes, I know you're out roaming in the woods there. Be careful. Be careful up there in Virginia. Getting better slowly but surely. Yeah. You're talking to them. A fatal paper cut. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you for that really awesome sage advice. I like to say that in my comment, in my post that I posted. I hope everyone saw that. I'm gonna get into that too in a hot second. The community post that I made about the stick figures on the back of your car, it opened up like a whole bunch of other things that we should be mindful of. Fatal Paper Cut had a number of really, really good things to add, which is what I love to see, love to know. Hi, G baby. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for watching that one video. Now I forgot what it was. I was like, don't let me forget. Now I've forgotten. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I just saw that earlier today. Thank you so much. You know what I mean. New York Outcast, hello. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome in. I didn't see your video. I want to see your live video on the married life. What were you were talking about something last week towards the end of the live that you were going to do a live on it. That was a little bit spicy. So I'm not sure if you did that. I was looking. A little bit spicy. Hello, 2A We Stand. Hello. Welcome. Welcome in. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Always around. Supportive. Let's see who else we have in here that I haven't said hello to. Okay. Gun Websites. Good to see you. Good to see you, G-Webs. Thank you for being here. Yes. I was just saying, or Clever Tech commented that the word regular live stream gives me a little bit, makes me perspire a little bit. That means commitment. But I'm enjoying it. And I hope everyone's been really awesome and supportive of the topics that I've been sharing and engaging with me even after the live. If you're watching this on a replay, please do leave a comment. I do watch it. I do engage with you thereafter. Definitely want to make sure that I get your feedback on some of the things I share. And what I've shared and what I'll share today is only based upon my experiences or what I know. So, of course, one person doesn't know everything, right? So as I share these things, it's only my opinion, and I would love to hear your tips and suggestions and feedback, especially with the knowledge of the topic. So all are welcome. All are welcome. Yes, please. Yes, if I hadn't forgotten. At me, please, if you wouldn't mind, and I will try not to miss your comment. I want to make sure I see it because I know people are talking back and forth. But if it's something directed at me, perfect here. Rich White, what you did. You haven't seen Rob being spicy until you hear him talk about toilet cars. Is that a thing? Oh my gosh, I don't. Listen, we can't derail, okay? We can't derail so early in the live, but we might table that at the end if we have a moment. In our rolling credits, if we could talk about what toilet cars are. What are you saying? I haven't done that one yet. Okay, very good. Hi, Hisei. Good to see you. Welcome. I love it. Thank you for being here. Love seeing familiar faces, names, and such. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. Appreciate you. Welcome, folks. So, yes, if you haven't, please hit the like. I appreciate it. I mentioned last live that the holidays are coming. Okay, so that means that it's going to be giveaway time. So please be on the lookout. It might be, well, it's going to be, I'm going to do a pop-up, okay? It's going to be in one future live coming up. It's just going to be a surprise random giveaway, okay? Now that we're entering to the cooler months, holidays start rolling around, and I want to make sure that whatever we do as a giveaway, that you get it in time for yourself, or if you are going to give it away to someone else. So look out for that. And I mentioned too that it will be shared to the subscriber community, right? We don't want someone that's kind of popped on or is not subscribed, and we do the giveaway wheel thingamajig and someone else wins. Like, that's not fair. So we're going to make sure only the subscribers for the last 30 days are entered, whoever's a part of that live. So I might be fair. I might tell you all. I might say, hey, you might want to join in, just if you're interested in the giveaway item. Yes. Did I just share that? I did say that. Okay. So the Mantis is going to definitely be one of those. The X10 Elite, the learning performance shooting system. That's like 4 descriptive words that they use. I'll get it right one day. But they're awesome. And they're who I've been communicating with. The customer service is really great also, and they've been supportive to my community. So I definitely want to make sure that I mention that. They are very much into people getting their training. And if you are looking for a tool that can give you immediate feedback on what you're doing incorrectly or things that you can improve upon, it's definitely it. I know some people have the Strikeman. That is awesome too. But Mantis has been great with, from the very beginning, supporting the channel and being a part of my donations. So I want to make sure that I do acknowledge them. What I haven't done in the past also, really quickly before I roll into the topic of today, works. If you do have light-bearing holster or need a light-bearing holster, Works is one that I've worked closely with too, WERKZ. And since I started my channel, honestly, they've been supportive. Some people don't want lights on their firearms. I get it. But if you're looking for something like that, I do have a discount code. Okay. You get free shipping. So I want to make sure I mention that. I haven't been mentioning that, so I'll make sure I put it in the comment section below. But I would be definitely remiss if I didn't talk about Works, as I talked about some of the other brands that have been supportive to the channel. So I'll pause right there. I'm going to say hello. I'm going to go through my next little wave. Yes. And then I'll roll into the topic of today. Okay. Let me just say hello, folks. I think I missed some. What's up? What's up? Like saying that. What's up? What's up? Good to see you. JD. Hey. Are you new? Are you new, JD? I try to pay attention to the new names that come through. I think the letters sometimes make my brain go upside down because I'm like AG was one earlier. So are you new here? If you are new, please call yourself out so we can say hello and give you a proper welcome to the Fireside community. Welcome. Kenny Loves Guns. Hello. Hey. Good evening, everyone. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. I'll see your familiar face. You pop in often. I appreciate that. Yep. Giveaway heads up. Yes, Clovertech, they're really great people. Supportive. Yes. Yeah, Mantis. Save the giveaway for irregulars, in my opinion. Yes. Yeah, the Mantis X. Do you love it? What do you think about it? Thank you, Judy. Play nice. Appreciate you. What's up? Oh, thank you. What's up? Thank you. What's up for dropping that? Thank you. No, 100%. That's why I want to make sure for folks who have been honestly subscribed to me from the very beginning, but we have a lot of new folks that are extremely supportive and engage with me. So I don't want to exclude them because, maybe I was hiding. Maybe I was hiding in YouTube. I was like in that little corner. I'm kind of small. So I'm like, maybe they didn't see me. They didn't see me like behind a bookshelf or something. So I don't want to leave them out, right? I don't want to leave them out. Let's see here. Hi, Misty. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate you. Yes. Okay. So I hope that you all I'm looking for you all to add to what I'm going to share. Okay. Because this is all of us working together to help folks get on the right path of how to find the proper firearm for them. And when everyone knows collectively, someone says, what type of firearm should I get? What type of pistol or, whatever. We always say it's a personal preference. Like the very, very first thing, one of the very first things that we say, but I want to be able to give folks a little bit more to go, so they can go out and do their own due diligence and find the one that's right for them, but set them on the right path. So that's what I want to talk about today. You need more brands. You deserve more brands. Thank you, Clovertech. I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see. Yes. Not new, long-time supporter. Appreciate you. Like the Mantis. Maybe the JD is throwing me off. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I appreciate you. Thank you for being a long-time supporter. So you definitely be in with the giveaway. And I mentioned that I was going to also have 2 others, but I haven't done my homework yet. So I'm not ready to reveal what the other 2 other giveaway items that there will be, but I hope that you will find them appealing. Something I was trying to put myself in the shoes of what would I like to have. So that's what I'm going for, but I want to make sure it's quality and I make sure that I can get it for the subscriber community. Hello, Michael Hurtneck. Good to see you. Welcome. Crazy Mechanic. Hey there. Good to see you. First time here. I appreciate it. Tell me where you hail from. How'd you find me? Please let me know. Please let me know how you came this way. Hiding in a corner. Let's see. Let it be natural. Anyone that's at the show that day has a chance. I know. I know. I gotta see how that rolls. Everyone should start with the Glock 19. I'm going to read that comment, G-Webs. Use the wall to see if they need to change from there. Worst case, they have a decent gun. I appreciate your feedback and your opinion, G-Webs. But I don't know if the Glock 19 is going to be something that I would suggest. I guess it depends on the person. So it just depends. I like to do a nice little intro, let people kind of feel things out, what they would like to have, and then let them come to a decision. But I have a Glock 19, so I'm very pro it. But I want to make sure people make the right decisions for themselves. I don't try to give any brand advice. Let's try all kinds of things. Let's see here. Thank you so much. All right, so I will. Yes, been here once before. Try to catch you when I can. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, AG. I'm not going to show your comment. What's up? Rent and take it for a test drive. Yes, that's actually one of the suggestions. So let me go. I'm going to shift my eyes away from the chat and kind of go through like we did last time with the gun safety tips, the gun safety advice. Was it that one or the one before? I don't remember. I tried to rattle off. No, it was a dating awareness. You're being mindful of, people that you meet and red flags, all that stuff. And I just went straight down and it helped me kind of stay focused. I didn't go off on tangents much. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try to stay focused. I'll go through everything. I may shift my eyes as I go through because you all might have great advice and I want to be able to pop it up when, as I'm talking about this specific thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, if you ask a kid what the best lunch is, they're gonna pick cake, not vegetables. So why not ask new gun people what they want in a gun? Yes, that is the purpose of our live today, G-Webs. The purpose of our live. Yes, they don't know what they want. Yes, they don't. But I think if you can help them, for me, I like things broken down. What makes sense to me, my hand is going to be different than yours. So I wouldn't recommend the Glock 19 as a first-time firearm. It depends on who you're talking to, depends on what they're trying to use it for. I would never, ever be able to carry that if that was their plan. So, along with being a personal decision, let's see. All right, I'm gonna try not to deviate. Last time I went a whole hour after the intended time that I had, so I'm gonna try to stay focused. Let me just make sure here. Let me pop this down. So we're talking about before you buy, making quality decisions, like intentional decisions, and not going off. So-and-so told me to get this. My partner told me to get this because that's what they have or whatever. That's the best one. It's the most expensive one. All these other things that at the end of the day really don't matter. It shouldn't be the most costly. It just shouldn't be what you focus on. So let me run down a few. Let me put something down here just to scroll. Yes. Please, if you want to get my attention at me, you see the little thing there. And if you want to send me any messages directly, I know sometimes that does happen. I'm like, let me message you. That is my email address. If you do want to send me any kind of communication, hello@shefires.com. hello@shefires.com. That's for access to a playlist that I'm working on that goes over the bare, most basic things when you're first getting into, owning a firearm and trying to figure out things like, what does ODB mean? What does IWB mean? When you're looking up certain kind of ammo, the full metal jacket or the hollow point, like, what does that mean? Which one do I need? And the different grains and like all of those basic stuff that when you first starting out, you don't know. I didn't know this stuff. Like the folks in the chat honestly have helped me figure things out, and I've learned every single day, every single time that I'm in other people's chats and watching their videos. So those most basic things, we're so far, beyond that some folks in the very beginning, they buy hollow point, but they're taking it to the range only. Like, okay, here, I'll just use this. And then how to load it properly. If you have like a rifle, loading your ammo, they're different than your pistol, ammo, like all of those kinds of things. Some people when they first start, they don't know. Okay. It's not like learning like a baby. Right. So I put that on there for anyone who is interested in being part of the playlist that I'm building behind the scenes. And then any other random questions that maybe you don't want to put out here in the chat here. So hope that's helpful. Let me wipe my nose is always running. Okay. Give me a hot second. I have allergies like crazy. Hi, Daniel. God is my judge. Good to see you. Queen Hornet. Hello. Are you new, Queen Hornet? Unfortunately, some of us cannot test a gun because there are no local ranges. Interesting. Anyone in the chat? There's there's a good handful of you in here. Any thoughts on that? It's the first time that I've gotten a comment like that. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. You are in a great space with folks who know. A lot of folks who know. Hey, ATM Tim, good to see you. Welcome. We still have to talk. Let's see here. Access to gun shows, ranges, etc. Not only try stuff from friends, but also rent is a huge issue for most people in the country. Yes. Yeah. Hopefully folks in the chat will have some feedback on it. I'll have to think about that. Thank you for being here and asking that question or posing that statement out there. Hello, Mandatory Carry. Hello. Welcome. Good to see you. Any state, land in the woods and shoot there. Yeah. Yes, Queen Hornet, please watch for the comments from the folks here in the chat. They know a lot and can give you a couple options to choose from and see if it might work. And please, if you do take anyone's suggestion, you have to come back, please, and tell us what you did. Love to hear how that worked out for you. I'm curious myself. Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce your name. Shermash? Is that right? I discovered you from your how to rack the slide frame video. Awesome, really great advice. The Taurus G3C is a great starter pistol option. Inexpensive and easy to conceal EDC. Yes, the Taurus, I agree with that. I agree with that statement. I'm so happy. Again, it's one of those things too. It's I didn't learn that until like earlier this year. Shermash was talking about my video where you're using your dominant hand to rack the slide, especially if the slide is really stiff and hard. You know, if you're left-handed, like you're right-handed like me, your left-handed hand is kind of weak. So trying to grip it and then use it to rack it back is really challenging. So on certain firearms, especially until you kind of get used to it. Having the opposite effect where you're using your dominant hand to do the racking, that's what he's talking about. So I'm so glad someone told me and I didn't okay, now that I know, that makes perfect sense. All right. It's like, people need to hear that. People need to know. All right, so I'm going to go. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. I'm going to go break down the tips and suggestions. When someone first says, hey, what kind of firearm should I get? It kind of makes me go, ooh, why? What are you trying to do? What's your purpose? It always starts like purpose. I think that's one of the first things people say. Well, what are you trying to use it for? Is it for home defense? So you're not going to conceal it? Or is it for, concealment? Is it for self-defense, for hunting, for fun? There's a lot of folks who do like competition shooting. Is that your intention? There's one I always forget. Let me see which ones. Oh, if you're just like collecting firearms, what's your purpose? What are you trying to do? And then I go to, like, I have the Glock 19. I myself cannot carry that. It's my home defense firearm, one of my home defense firearms. And then I use my little SIG P365, and that is my go-to EDC. So what is your purpose? What are you trying to accomplish with that firearm? And then you kind of can start the wheels turning in their head. Like, okay, I'm going to use it just at home because I'm in a state that doesn't allow for it. Let me just put this disclaimer out here too. Everything that I share here is my own personal opinion, things I've heard from other people, things that have served me well. And I live in Florida. So be sure to follow the rules, laws, regulations in your state. Do what they say. Don't get in trouble. Okay. I'm only sharing. Sharing is caring. No advice, none of those things. Okay. As I kind of go through these things, just food for thought. Let's see here. Hope that is one thing that how I start. What is your goal? What's your purpose? What do you want to use it for? The other thing is, what type of firearm are you considering? You want to have like a pistol or a revolver, shotgun, rifle? Like what are you thinking? Is something else that I ask. And it's usually, if they don't have anything at all, it's like, okay, let's just start with the let's just start with the basics. And I know people like their revolver, and some do recommend, especially for women, like a revolver. But after purchasing my Taurus 905, which I love, it is 9mm G-Webs, okay? I don't know if that's a good firearm for someone who's just starting out, especially not for a woman. That's just my own personal opinion, because I know, it's great. It's an awesome addition to what I use, but I wouldn't say that that's the go-to first for me. Everyone has their opinion, but all right. So after firearm type, so not pistol, revolver, shotgun, rifle. What are the safety features? When I first got my SIG P365, which is the first firearm that I ever purchased, I wanted to have a safety on it, the manual safety. And I knew that as I got comfortable, I could take it off and just use it off. But you have to be comfortable. Let's be real. The intention is you shouldn't have your safety on. You should have one in the chamber and be able to, draw immediately, of course. But for people who are just starting out, like, some want to feel comfortable with it. So that was me. So that's the way that I kind of approach it. Having the manual safety was really helpful. The other safety features, I know there's a bunch out there, but the top 3 is the trigger safety, the manual safety, right? And then the grip. I think those are 3 main. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but those are like the go-to ones that people look to. Like I have a Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, and it has a grip safety on it. It is something to get used to. So I always talk about, and I think Queen Hornet said there's no place for her to go and rent, but that's what I would suggest for folks who do have that ability, because the grip safety is different, especially if you have small hands, or just gripping is a problem. If you're relying on your finger, and then you purchase a firearm that has the grip on there, you always have to have it secure against this little meaty part right here. I don't know what you call that. I know it's a technical, but medical term, but you know what I'm talking about. That it grips all the way. It took me a bit. Does the Staccato have that on there? I shot the Staccato once. Does it have a grip safety? Please tell me in the chat. Yes. See, folks are already giving their 2 cents. I love it. But Hi, True Top. Good to see you. Welcome. Good to see you. I'm going through my suggestions. They're only my suggestions, my opinion. And folks, this is what I love too, because folks are providing additional commentary behind the topics that I'm sharing, the different features and options for people to consider when they're looking at a firearm. The other thing is, and if I miss something and you're adding me, I will see it at the very end, just so that I don't lose my train of thought. It's easy for me to do. But I did see someone, new people. I always try to stop for folks that are popping in I haven't said hello to yet. Let me just say hello. Hi, Caucasian Sasquatch. Good to see you. If I've missed anyone through, please shout it out. I'll try to say hello at the very end, okay? Appreciate you. The other thing is the fit. I mentioned, with the grip safety, but the actual grip. When I got my SIG P320, the vendor, the salesperson, he said, think about replacing out the frame for like the Wilson Combat. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. And I did start shooting with the P320 as it stands. But then I was like, it is kind of, it's just for my hand, I felt it was kind of wide. And so I did switch out for the Wilson Combat frame, and I love it. And it's narrow. So you got to think about those types of things too. Or when you purchase things out the box, is it going to fit your hand the way you want it to? Or will that be like a future feature switch out that you'll do? And everything's based upon your own comfort. You know, what might be good for one person may not be good for you. The other thing is weight. There are some firearms are really heavy. The ones that are made out of metal, which are really awesome, but they have a lot of weight to it. So if that might be a challenge for you, something to consider. That's why I always suggest renting where possible, because that may be an excellent firearm and everyone speaks so highly of it. But if it's not suitable for you, you know, it's like, you know, I love my P226, okay? But it's really heavy. It's heavier than, you know, some of the other firearms I have. So getting kind of used to that, I'm still getting used to that because it's, you know, metal. The other thing is the reach of the trigger. I was going to say magazine because that's the other thing too. Let me see here. Yes. Okay. The reach of the magazine. You know, if you're trying to shoot and you got to shift your hand all the way around to get to the magazine to release it, you know, that takes time. That takes, you know, you got to be strategic, moving your fingers around, all that. That's something to consider. Can you easily get to your magazine release and also to the trigger? How is comfortable? Do you have to, again, shift your hand to get to the trigger to pull it? And you won't really know that until you get the touch and the feel it. That's why I like going to gun shows too. If you can't shoot with it, at least you can kind of get on the right path. Like, this is definitely not going to work for me, so I'm not going to bother renting it at the range because it's too wide, or I can't get to the trigger. You'll know that by going to places where you can kind of somewhat test drive them. And then also the size. If it's too big for you to even handle, you want something that's easy to manipulate, and it's not clunky. You know, some guns are clunky. The other thing I kind of mentioned it is the concealment. If you do plan to conceal your firearm, you know, the outside the waistband, inside the waistband, making sure that you find the appropriate holster. I still haven't found the right holster for my little SIG P365. I've tried everything. Okay. Tried everything. I have resorted to, and it's fine, but I've resorted to the naked holster. It just covers the trigger. Some bodies just don't, it doesn't conceal properly, right? Some bodies just don't work. But if your plan is to conceal, you know, you got to think about clothing. If you like to wear a little bit looser or tighter clothing, or more revealing in certain areas, you have to keep those things in mind as you purchase or consider holsters if you do plan to conceal. The holster. And I mentioned earlier with like works, if you're going to have a light on there, if you're going to have an optic on there, all those types of things you have to consider, because you don't want to print, you don't want to show. So got to keep that in mind too. If you're going to purchase a firearm, how do you want to wear it? If you're going to conceal it, and where on your body. And then the ammunition. One of the reasons why I chose the revolver that I did with the 9mm caliber, I'll say DNG Webs, because I wanted to kind of keep it simple. I didn't want to have a whole bunch of different calibers. And so I said, I want to find the revolver, which was really, really challenging finding it, but I love it. I really love it. But you want to find, you know, when we had our little shortage, was it 2 years ago now? It was hard to find certain calibers, and you want to make sure that it's one of the most readily available out there and most affordable options. The caliber strength. So I have a little star here because all this leads to renting, trying all those things out. I hope that you all have found like these suggestions helpful. You may have already known this. If anything that I've shared here, I'm going to go back and look at the chat, that I mentioned that you didn't think about, or I may have forgotten. I still have 2 other things. But so far, I mean, are we all both in agreement with those suggestions? If people ask, is this what you do when people ask you? Just curious. Maintenance. You may get one of those firearms that are really cool, that it fits well. You can do all those things, but then, okay, it has like a million parts that you have to clean, and you don't know what you're doing. You look to YouTube, but you don't know what you're doing. I forgot which firearm it was. And then if you add accessories, if you I have a compensator on my Glock, which I do love. I do love it. It's big. I wouldn't like the strike quad. I forgot what it's called. But some firearms have a lot of parts. So, okay, it's time to clean that firearm. And then you I don't even know how to take this thing apart. And then you start taking it apart. Okay, how's it work? How do I? And there's only so much YouTube that you can watch to kind of, some people can do it. But if there are a lot of parts, you have to be really, really patient to make sure that you can put it back the way that you found it. And, after you clean it. That was one of the challenges. Forgot which firearm I had. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was not easy. And if you might have this challenge, a gunsmith will be your friend that you can refer to for maintenance, because you want to clean it. I'm kind of stretching mine out, some of my firearms out, to see how far I can go. But I've been, I do clean my firearms, but I still get kind of nervous. I'm like, did I put it back the right way? Especially like newbies, did I put it back the right way? But taking it to the range and testing it, you want to do that after you clean, you want to make sure that you're doing that as well. And you put it back the right way. You hit the trigger. It sounds and it feels like everything's in the right place. But I always take it to the range. Okay, let me see. Okay, it's good. It's good. But I didn't really think about those things when I first purchased my firearms. Okay, I want this one. I like it. It feels good. But you have to think about the aftermath, the after effects. How are you going to maintain it? Are you going to get some assistance with it? Or will you learn how to clean it yourself, which I always encourage. Side note, I've been watching a lot of Walking Dead lately. Okay. Got a lot of feedback. I look at that things a lot differently watching that show. And then the last one is cost. It's in no particular order. Cost is definitely a factor at the very, very top, but you want to understand what your needs are and then say, okay, because there's a cost, there's a budget window for every grouping. So you can find something that will work for you. You're not going to find a $100 gun. You don't want a $100 gun, right? But all these considerations, you come to a conclusion of, all right, this is the type of firearm. Here are all the features that it has. Now let me find one that fits into my budget. What can I afford? Or what should I save up for? Because you want to think about the gun price, of course, and then the ammunition and the accessories, holster, the storage, how you're going to store it, all those other factors that kind of come into play. So it's okay, yeah, I want to buy this firearm, it's $1,500, but then you have to, you think about all these other things you have to buy for it, and then $4,000 later. God forbid you have to upgrade some parts inside of it. With my Wilson Combat, I forgot how much that was, but those kinds of things add up. So, it's an awesome gun experience, but it can be costly if you are not planning for it and being a little bit more mindful and are researching it. And I didn't mention that before, the researching, asking your peers, looking it up yourself, seeing what kind of reputation it has, what people have said as pros and as cons, and then coming to your own conclusion. And if you can rent, definitely suggest doing that. And then training, it's not enough. Hey, I just purchased a firearm, never touched it before, but I know I need it. I want to have it. I'm able to, as you should, as you're right. But please, please, please get some training of some sort. Please. If you haven't, if you're a new gun owner, you know, as a fairly new instructor, that's always going to be at the end of my list as I'm kind of going through things and talking with people who are looking at purchasing their very first firearm. You know, it's always at the end of that good discussion. So what did you all think? That concludes my list. What do you all think? Are you all sharing with people who are asking questions? Like, okay, let's kind of veer towards this type of firearm versus this one. Let me go back. I didn't start a DJ Play Nice, a side note. Help me. Where I stopped last. I just saw G Webb's comments. Let me just pull his up really quickly. Safeties will get you killed. They have no reason to be in a gun, in my opinion. Just create a variable that complicates guns and their operation. I agree to a certain extent. Yes, but for very, very new people who are gun shy, and it'll make them more comfortable and they want to own a firearm, but if that gives them some comfort and you can always disable that feature, I am definitely for it, because I put myself in those shoes. Like, okay, I just think about the fear that I have a firearm that doesn't have a safety on it, and if I want to carry it, I would be super paranoid. Although I know you're supposed to walk around and get comfortable with it, but I would have still been very paranoid about having it on my body, and it probably would have taken me a lot longer to get comfortable with it. But that's just me. Yeah, definitely, you know, keep your finger out the trigger, all that stuff. That's the first line. But having your wits about you and keeping your finger off the trigger, that is the very, very first line of safety. Let me go all the way up. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. If I missed you and you directed a question at me, please, I'm sorry. You might have to say it again. If you're new here, that's what I'm looking for, any kind of new folks. I'm trying to do like these gun-related videos, just as a reminder, just so that we can have these kind of conversations. And with the folks that are fairly new to the firearms community, as I am, and then other folks who are seasoned, we can come together and have these kind of open, respectful, like conversations and share. That's what I hope to accomplish in having these kinds of conversations, because there are a lot of people in here that know all what I've just described. Okay. But I want to make sure that we are not excluding anyone and we're making people feel comfortable. Let me see here. What did you say here, Cloverton? One thing I've always enjoyed about having such variety of firearms in the range here on the property, it makes it easier. Yes, I hope to one day have that ability. Let's see here, in the future, so that I can have my own personal one. But for folks like me who cannot or don't have that luxury, I think G Webbs, was it you last time we talked about it? The territories where you can go and shoot. I forgot now, just escaped me, where you can go and shoot on government land. Help my brain, people. I know you know what I'm talking about. If people are having trouble finding a range, NRA, I know some people are a fan of, has a tool for finding it on their websites. Okay, thank you for that, Rich White. Thank you. Queen Hornet, are you still in here? Are the folks sharing with you? That's good feedback right there. I appreciate that. Yes. Good. Okay, let's see. I just saw a skillet. Gotta have some info to even start those conversations. Absolutely. And sometimes I feel in certain spaces, you know, there's different levels of knowledge, and I want people to feel comfortable for some of those earlier discussions that I am still trying to navigate and understand. So there are no silly questions here, and there's no opinion that will get poo-pooed, right? It's just open dialogue and sharing of information. I hope that we can do here. On that note, I need some help. Yes. Okay. See, I have to read the comments before I pull. I have to read the comments before I pull it up. Buy the car that has the most comfortable seat. Buy the pen that has the most comfortable grip. Buy shoes. Yes, this is all good suggestions. Is important. Yes, yes, yes. As if mileage, reliability, options, model, etc. have no importance. I know people have their own like brand preferences. People like, I like SIG or I like Glock, or, you know, I get it. I get it. But I like to look to, even if I had a preference over one of those, okay, now that I've chosen that I like Glock, then I'm going to try to find within that Glock inventory what works best for me. But maybe those aren't best for me. When we're working with students, and here, fortunately, there's a range that allows you to rent out all different brands. She did she tried the Hellcat, and I know that's one of the more popular ones people look to as a concealed carry. She did not like it at all, And I know that's one of the top 10 EDCs that people suggest, and I had never shot it. I shot it that day too. I would just say that like my SIG P365, yes, I'm very happy with that choice. But that's why you try things out. You know, maybe someone said, you know, try this Hellcat, it's really good, and then she tries like, and she's leaning towards the Glock 43X to be specific. Safety can be nice for teaching as well. Yes. Do I have that on there? I gotta think about that. Okay. Yes. Thank you for that. Yeah. And I honestly, if you could have it off and you don't have to, you know, if it's one of the, like the manual safety, I know with one of the other, the grip or the trigger safety, it will be a little bit more challenging. And I did find it a little bit challenging on some of that I've tinkered with in the past because I just wasn't used to it. That's the other thing. If you have any of those that are not just a straight trigger, straight, you know, without the grip on there, and if you're used to doing that and you go to try one of those things and you want to, definitely please try to practice with it before you decide that you want to purchase it, because it's different. Just like me, I learned how to shoot with iron sights only. It was only until this year that I started with the optics, and it is a learning curve. It's definitely a learning curve. I'm still struggling, but what do you think? Do you think it's best to, side note, I should have put this as a poll. I may do that in the future, talking about iron sights versus optic. What should someone start off with learning? Because if I break my optic, if it gets knocked off or it's whatever, gets muddy, whatever it might be, I like having the iron sights on there. That was my first elementary introduction into operating a firearm. What do you think? What is your opinion on having iron sights, learning iron sights at the very beginning over optic? Just curious. Hi, Dale. Good to see you. Welcome. I went through all of the suggestions for buying really your first firearm. And if people ask you, what should I buy? Beyond, it's a personal preference. You just have to see. I want to be able to give people some food for thought. And so I thought it would be a good conversation for us to kind of talk about, even folks on replay, it might help them decide what they want to do. And if anything that I've shared or anything that the folks in the chat, I'm thankful for you, has suggested and it worked out for you, please come back and let us know. Please tell me if you and if it helped you in your buying decision and or made you choose something over another thing. Like, oh, I was going to buy this, but I decided to do this, and I'm happy for it. Hopefully, it's a good change. Don't forget the color. Colors will be at the top of the list. Colors will be at the top of the list to talk about, right? Very important. I don't know if you're being facetious or not, but I don't look at that. Especially me as a girl, I a little bit get offended when people say, you want this pink one, right? You want this purple one, right? No, I don't want that one, actually. First of all, no one should see it. But second of all, just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I should have that one. Like, I take this very seriously. And I think it's cool to have fun, colorful ones. Yes. Like, I have my little sniper green with the gold barrel. I love it. But that's different. Like, I don't want to have something just because it's a girl and, influence color. That's just the way maybe I'm an odd bird. I am an odd bird, but I get a little bit offended when people say, when I go into the places and I'm looking, especially early on, oh, this one's nice. What about this one? Like that Tiffany color, which is cute, but that's not my deciding factor. There's no way. That's why I didn't list it as a color. But that might be a consideration even for some of the guys. I don't know if you have a color preference. Some do. For that reason, that makes sense, but not just, oh, that's a traditional girl color. You should like this firearm, and so get this one. No, I don't want it. I don't want, even if I was considering it, I don't want it now because you made the assumption that it's a girl color. So you want that, right? So when are you going to shoot a CZ? I've shot a CZ. I don't own one, but I have shot one before. It's been a long while, so I don't have any immediate feedback or thoughts about it. I did not dislike it. I know, isn't it funny how you know what you don't like, but if you shot other ones, like, okay, I know I've shot that before. No good or bad. Nothing super stands out, but I don't hate it versus some that clearly I don't like that. Yeah, I won't. And I don't want to speak badly about any brands out there, so I keep that to myself. But I know if I have any challenges with any firearms, I will say that. So in my opinion, this is how it's worked for me, and I'll just give my opinion from that perspective. Not to say I hate X. I would never do that. Never, ever, ever. Call me out if I do. Gotta keep in mind they will be much heavier when they are loaded too. Yes. Like, it's one thing you're holding. It's like when you go to like a gun show. It's like, oh, this is good. Okay, it's a good weight to it. But sometimes they have even the magazine missing, right? You go, the magazine's missing. There's no ammo in there. You haven't added like your optic on there if you want it, or your light, like, or a compensator if you want it. Like, all those things contribute. They're costly and they contribute to your weight. Oof, yes. Hey, shopping for ammo. Where am I? Ammo plentiful right now. How with the war? Yes. I speed read that. So hopefully you caught that. Basically stocking up on ammo. Yes. That's one thing I need to do better about. Mm-hmm. Hi, Rebel 9. Good to see you. Welcome. Are you new here? Please let me know. Please give me a handshake in the chat if you're new in here, please. I'd appreciate it. Hi, D-Man120. Did I miss you? You were in here when I was blabbing about? Probably so. Welcome in. Some pistols are too complicated for a new shooter. Or for new shooters, magazine safety disconnect or thumb safety decocker can be confusing to a novice. Heavy trigger may be a good thing for a first-time shooter. Thank you for your feedback. Yes. I was an eye-opener when I got the revolver. If you saw my short, I think right before this one, yeah. Never shot it before. So what you saw in the video was me first time shooting, and it was, wow. I mean, I did it like, I'm strong. But I was like, okay, this is not my dagger. This is not my SIG. It's very different. I did enjoy it though. And I'm happy I have it. I've been looking for it for a long time. It's been on my list. Hi, still taking that new training class at work on Sunday. Man, oh man, their schedule, not mine. I will play back when I get home. Thank you, Miles. Good to see you. Welcome in, Miles. Anytime you pop in is a good time for anybody. Whatever you can do. If you got to pop out, I appreciate you coming in and joining me for a Sunday afternoon, evening, wherever you might be, and on replay. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, let's see. It's tough for me to carry when I go out in my yoga pants. You see, again, I got to read before I post that. I'm watching you. Someone else was saying crazy stuff last live, and I kept pulling up the comments. So I have to be really careful what I post. Okay. Thank you, Queen Hornet, for being in here. I see you engaging with other folks. I hope that you're getting some information that will be helpful to you. I know. Clean that gun every time you shoot it. You live in Florida. You know that I'm making the firearms tough. Okay, I'm making them tough. Oh, I haven't had any problems yet. Okay, Daniel, knock on wood. Haven't had any issues as of yet with those that I've been, kind of stringing along. I know it's time though. It's always time. Unless you're like those folks that as soon as you bring it home from the range, you immediately clean. I'm gonna try to do better. Somebody shoot and clean is a good thing. Just do a function check, can prove correct reassembly. Yes, that's been my fear. It's been my fear. And then you're working with a bunch of different parts and such. It's like, oh God, did I put the spring back the right way? And then you'll know that it's wrong, but maybe you already started putting things together and then you realize something's not right. So oh crap, you don't know enough to know it's that one thing over this thing. So you just let me just start over. So it can be frustrating, but that's the part of learning, right? That's all a part of learning. Oh, carrying a squeaky clean gun sounds good, but yeah, don't do that. Clean it, put a few through and make sure it works, then carry. Yes. Yeah, I know. That's why sometimes I don't clean it right away, because I'm like, okay, I know I'm maybe taking it out soon and I can't have it not working, but it's still countering my what I'm trying to do. But yes, you can dry fire function most of the time and get some snap caps if it makes you feel better to be safe. Yes. And I do have some snap caps thanks to Got Gamage, who also has a YouTube channel. He gave me some snap caps. So that's one thing too, when you're getting started, before, you don't have to have the fancy, like the Mantis, which is really cool. And this is Strikeman. If you can get the snap caps, that's something that didn't learn until way later in my gun journey. And I didn't run across. I don't know why, but that's one of the other things. It's you should get some snap caps to help you with dry fire testing and making sure, you know how to load especially, your thumbs are not used to doing that if you don't own a firearm. So that kind of practice will help you so that you can be more efficient, especially when you go to the gun ranges here indoor where you only have an hour and you have to reload and you're taking 15 minutes to do it because you got 5 magazines or however many you have. You got to okay, do, and it's just you. So it's not like you don't have a buddy and that's helping you load them. If it's all you want to know how to do real fast in. And I don't use the assist. The assist is helpful as well. But most times I don't use the assist because I'm not out there that long. That would require my thumb to get tired over time. But those help too. They have helped me in a pinch. Yes. But I want to, just like with the iron sights, I want to make sure that I can do it with any kind of extra assistance. Bear. Oh, G-Webs, you're funny. You can buy ammo online too. I ordered some from PSA. Yes, where do I get mine from? SG Ammo, I think I've made some recent purchases from. They've been very affordable, free shipping. Yes, and I get the MagTech regular 115 grain ammo. That's what I've been getting. Let's see here. I want to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything as I go here. Okay, so I kind of mentioned as I read through additional chat comments. That makes me laugh. The CZP-10C is cheaper. It does everything a Glock 19 does. I'm going to get into a little some of the people in the chat. Rich White, you can get into some rumbles with some people. Hi, Ty Kelly. Good to see you. Running errands. Yes. You're always going to doing range stuff. Got to get my spinner. I was supposed to say sniper. My spinner back in shape. Awesome. Yeah, you have a good spot to shoot too. I'll get there one day. Many LEO agencies, law enforcement agencies offer free training, gun safety classes. I went to one, not bad. Okay. Yeah, they don't advertise it very much here, actually, or maybe don't look for it, but that's a good suggestion. Thank you, Queen Hornet. Very good suggestion, especially when it's free. Some places will charge like the basic, most elementary classes. Even with my training, we do charge too. So if you can go someplace and get some free training, that's good. Always practice, train. If you can get training, perfect. If you can practice often, dry fire and live fire, both, so you know how your firearm will perform, is highly recommended. But you save on ammo, you save, you just learn how to, the people say don't say muscle memory, but I'm going to say it. The muscle memory of how your firearm operates when you're doing dry fire and drawing from the holster. Some places don't let you draw from your holster, just even for practice. Even if you do have snap caps in there, they don't like it, which I might be doing in a future video. Yes. You all help me give me great ideas that I could use for later. I just kind of make a mental note of them. Very informative, helpful, especially about cleaning. Safety is a yes. Yeah. A reminder to everyone, if you have not cleaned your firearm, any of your firearms lately, here's your reminder. Me too. I'm talking to myself. Were you talking to me, DJ Play Nice? Let's make sure. Okay. Let's make sure I didn't miss. Oh, it's way up there. Listen, I'm too far gone. I'm too far gone. Thank you. DJ Play Nice tries to help corral me and stay, on the path towards the end of the live. But I kind of just, oh boy, I don't stay within the lines. Yes, I don't stay within the lines. So if I've missed anyone, if you've directed any comments to me, DJ Play Nice tried to help me, but I wasn't paying attention. So if that is the case, please do leave a comment towards the end. I'm making my way. I won't deviate too far. I will say, as I do that and I say hello to people, the next live that I'm doing will be on safety. Personal safety, moving about in your community, things that you can do to make sure the holidays are coming. So being more mindful. So if you're one that goes out shopping, especially, I was really not smart. During like Black Friday, I would go out by myself pre-firearm. The store open at midnight, 2:00 in the morning. I'd be out. Some places had coffee. I'd get my coffee and I was just standing in line, waiting for the store to open. I think about, you think about those things that you did before you became enlightened. I'm thankful that I am safe, but I did a lot of Not smart things. Not smart things. But we all come around at some point. We come around. This might be a good pause. Oh, DJ Play Nice, I'm sorry. I know. This might be a good pause to say thank you to all the Patreons. So let me star one here so I know where I stopped. How far am I behind? Oh, I'm wait. Oh God. Okay, I'm sorry. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. I'm just bad. I'm just way far behind. Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey. Christian. Hi, Christian. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'm way up. Okay. Yes, I know. Oh God. All right, I'm gonna go all the way down to here, and then I'm going to pop up the little Patreon thingamajig because I appreciate folks, and I have to acknowledge them. So please bear with me. Yes, that's it. It was the BLM land. Who said that? Now you can tell how far I am. We're talking about BLM land. Mm-hmm. Bougie Prepper. Good to see you. If you're still in here, I will definitely catch up. Let me go. Let me go down here. Let me pause. Aw, yay! Welcome. How did you find us? How'd you find us? And let me pop over here to the Patreon thingamajig. I appreciate your patience as I struggle in my issues. Appreciate you. Viejo, good to see you. Welcome. You're not late. No one's ever late when they pop in. No one is ever late. I appreciate you. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. Yes, next week is personal safety, moving about in your community, how you can stay safe, how you can keep your family safe. I always talk about in videos that I've done in the past. This is why I like doing these lives, because I used to do videos talking about different topics like this. And, we do videos and things like that, and it's really quality, but so much time has passed and people are just seeing the most current videos. So I really want to use these lives to kind of bring back, reincarnate some of those discussions. And, talking about your home, you're in your home and someone's knocking on your door. Is that person invited? Did you know that person was coming? It doesn't matter if it's the express delivery. I won't say any one specific company. It's an express delivery company coming to deliver a package. They can put it down, unless they have to sign for it, right? But they can put it down and let them walk away. There was a story not too long ago of one of the drivers that kidnapped a young girl who came to the door, and she did not make it. So you are not obligated to open a door to anybody. Let them knock forever because they were not announced. What are they doing there? They can leave if they really want to get a hold of you, they can leave a note. But especially if it's a stranger, honestly, sometimes even if it's my neighbor or I've seen them out, like, why are you knocking on my door? I'll look out and I'll see, like, is it something that I should be concerned about? I'm very apprehensive about people who are unannounced knocking on the door. Like, you weren't supposed to be here. I think that's why I don't do DoorDash or any of those places, because I don't like it. Even if they don't knock or they walk away, I still get really nervous about that. Maybe that's just me. Hi, Papa Shots. Good to see you. Good to see you. So yes, we'll be talking about that in the next live. Just kind of things to be mindful of because the holidays are coming around, and how you can be a little bit more aware. Things that we just lose sight of or we just take for granted. I know sometimes we like, oh, okay, oh shoot. How many times have we been like, oh shoot, that's right, I shouldn't be doing this, like going out to the mailbox at nighttime. I live in a safe neighborhood, but do you have to get it right at that time? Can it wait? Do you really need to see that one thing? Maybe you do, but if you're armed, then maybe you go ahead and take care of that. But then for other people who may not have a firearm, they're not taking it outside, they can't take it outside. Is there other forms of safety that you can have, like pepper spray? That is definitely I won't say my go-to. This is my secondary form of protection. Did I just miss someone? Hi, Chris. Christmas 740. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. We are close to wrapping up. I'm trying to be really mindful of folks' time, but I want to make sure now that have I fallen back to, okay, I'm only 5 minutes behind. It's okay. I would like to use this time to say thank you to my moderators. Appreciate you. Appreciate the folks who are part of the Patreon community. Thank you so much. And so grateful to the folks who join me in the chat each Sunday. When you can, pop in. You're never late. I appreciate you coming in and spending some time with me, laughing with me at some of the random things that I say. I appreciate you. And the new folks that have come along, I always like to know where you're coming in from. If it's from referral, like someone who suggested it or has shared it, whatever it might be. Just curious. That just helps me know what you're doing. And if my community posts are helpful, I have for other YouTube friends, creator friends, the community posts are really effective in bringing new eyeballs to the community. So consider that as you are making videos and things like that for yourself. So that's why I'm just curious how the new folks came along. I'm grateful for you. I promise you. Please do leave comments. Please do engage with me. I do try to comment to everyone. If I get like 100,000 subs, I may not be able to do that as regularly. No, I'm kidding. I love how it is evolving and growing, and I like that. I like this. So I will see your comments and engage with you, comment, ask you questions. I do try to go back. YouTube is kind of funky. If we've been communicating back and forth, like you commented to my comment and back and forth, sometimes I lose sight of, or like the very last comment. And I don't know if it's a new feature or not, but I do try to go back and see like old posts and comments where people have left things. So if I've missed you and engaging with you in that way, you asked me a question, please do send me an email or something like that. Okay. It is unintentional. YouTube's kind of, I don't know, the features could be a little bit different. Could be a little bit different. And then I also did mention that I have the private playlist for super newbies to the gun ownership, and sharing some of those beginner 101 tips that I learned when I first started. I'm new on this journey, but happy that I'm evolving, and I want to be able to share those things that I didn't know or I was confused about, and then putting that into little mini videos and making that available to newbies. Let's see here. Pepper gel spray, no flybacks. Yes, Bougie Pepper. I know there's a spray, the traditional spray that people are most familiar with, but then the gel doesn't have that blowback. And then also it goes a farther distance as well, which is very good. And remember, you spray, like, people do different things. I had a post about it. People had like different thoughts, but the main goal is shoot directly in the face, into the eyes and mouth. I was told like ear to ear in like a zigzag pattern to make sure you get where it needs to go. Especially those, more sensitive spots you want to get. So I don't mean to laugh about it, but by the way I described it, I apologize. I'm a silly gal. Yeah, safety is good, but try not to be paranoid. You might miss out on life. Absolutely. I know. Sorry, my nose is running. You're right. With everything, you want to proceed with caution, but with joy and you just gotta be aware. You can have fun, all those things. This talk was not to make people nervous or more paranoid or apprehensive. It's just to be mindful and be aware. If you're practicing and you're doing all the things you're supposed to do, it becomes like second nature, and it's not like a big deal. How confident I am today that knowing I have the firearm, I don't put myself in situations. Sometimes the situations might come to me. Thankfully, that has not happened, but I try to put myself in the situation where I would even have to consider that. And if I see anything that's kind of sketchy, I remove myself from. We have our gut, we have our intuition, our instincts. If something doesn't feel right, why are you staying lingering? Hear about it in the news. You don't have to be there to witness, right? That's what I say. Like, I'm going to go to the amusement park and have fun and do the roller coasters. Well, not really much anymore. I'm too old for that. I can't do those drops anymore. But, you're going to live, you're going to experience all those things. But if something crazy happens while you're at the amusement park, okay, you had your fun. Now, okay, you have to remove yourself because crazy things are happening. Hi, Viejo. Good to see you. Welcome. Did I say hello to you earlier? I saw it, your brain registers it, but then it just went out of my head. So welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Yes, 100%. Life can have some risks. Understand it, respect it, and then move on. Yep. I think too, I say all that. I'm, trying to take necessary precautions. But as you get older too, you just appreciate living and enjoying your peace and doing things that make you happy. And if you're doing that safely and you know that you're protecting yourself and you're self-aware, you can enjoy yourself, But I won't let things steal my joy. Just gotta be smart about things. I shot gel in the kitchen one time, a short burst into the sink, and it cleared the place out for a while, like 15 minutes. Okay. I hope to try that out, G-Webs. I hope to try the gel. I've got the spray. I've got the little chunky, like the bigger chunky one, and then I got the super narrow one that I keep with me on my keychain. But I don't have the gel. I look forward to getting that. Super cool. We'll go back and check out newbie playlist. Yes. Okay. Let me star you because I'm going to make sure. And right now I have it as private, but I may just make it as an open public playlist and just make sure that it is labeled as, for folks coming into the gun space. And maybe I'll make it that way. But I'm building it now. So, I want to have more than just like one in there and have a couple and have it make sense, like going through the different things that you can think of and then just filling in all the other gaps as I come across things like, oh, I wish I had known this. Let me make a video about it. And super short video. So yes, Bougie Prepper, welcome. Please, please, please. I starred you, so I'll make sure. Hi, DePimp. I'm late, but wanted to slide through. How are you? Doing very well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Always welcome, never late. Never late. Could have sworn I heard something about a giveaway. Yeah, the giveaway is not today, DJ Play Nice. Are you talking to me? Not today. But stay tuned and please make sure that you are subscribed because the awesome subscribers who have bared with me and have watched and participated, commented, liked, shared in my channel, and helped me get to this place. I want to make sure that they benefit from these types of giveaways that will be starting soon. So just be on the lookout. I may announce it, I may not. It depends on how I'm feeling that day, It may just be like a random live and say, okay, we got a giveaway, and that's it. Or I'm going to say, okay, make sure that you tune in on this Sunday because we're going to be doing something. So Hi, Time Machine. Hello. Good to see you. Traveling. You're always traveling. You're always traveling. I'll catch the replay. Everyone stay safe. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mandatory Carrie. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. Did you ask me a question earlier and I must have missed it? I just want to make sure. Oh, that was not intentional. Okay. It wasn't to clear the space out for 15 minutes. Got it. That's very funny. The good thing is most trouble can be avoided by lifestyle. The rest we train for and hope to avoid. 100%. Love it. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks for hitting the like button. I see that what's up. I appreciate you saying that. We're about wrapping it up. I'm going to be mindful of people's time. I previously said like about 90 minutes. That's where we are right now. I just want to make sure that I say hello and thank folks for and pop up comments that people leave. 9mm steals joy. Oh boy. Do that for Shot Show. That's funny. Queen Hornet, I enjoyed the chat. Thanks for hosting. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again. I hope that the folks here were helpful in answering your questions and giving you some feedback. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, Demand 120. Thank you so much. Solid information about being paranoid. No, not about being paranoid. Just being cautious. Okay? Being cautious. That's the goal. Hi, God Gamage. You must have heard me talking about you. I had to show some love to one of my favorite people on the planet. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes, I was talking about you. Gave me some snap caps when we connected at the range, and I still use those today. So I appreciate you. So you must have felt someone said my name out here in the universe. Thank you so much. Please make sure you hit the like button. Yes, I appreciate it. And I hope that you will tune in next week. I never know when I'm not talking about a firearm, how well, folks will want to join in and be a part of the conversation. But if it's not for you, maybe it's for someone. Maybe there's something you can add. Like, I feel twofold. One, as I'm talking about something that you already know, like, I already know that, like, whatever, I don't care what they're talking about. I already know all those things. You can add value by answering people's questions or engaging and communicating with other folks who have questions. But then in addition to that, my train of thought, you can share it with someone who might benefit. Like, okay, that person is not listening to me. Oftentimes it's like a spouse or partner. Let someone else kind of guide and offer some suggestions and see if it will be better received. I hear that a lot between couples. So that is my goal, for you to offer your feedback because you're, very, very knowledgeable, or to say, hey, go and check out and get some information. There was one tip that I learned that I didn't know before. If you get one thing or one suggestion out of today's live or a previous live, it's one better thing that keeps you safe, right? Let's make sure. And my nose is running. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone for joining. I appreciate you for being here. If you're watching this on replay, please leave a comment. Hi, Desert Tactical. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I am about to wrap, but I want to say thank you for showing your support. For sure. Yes. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for popping in too. Appreciate you. One of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm all the way down. Okay. I made it quickly. Did I star something? Oh, there we go. There was the BLM land. That's what I was trying to get to. Yes. Okay, good. That was the one thing I was trying to say earlier. Thank you, folks, for offering insight. All right. Well, I'm going to call it for now. I will leave and it's a wrap. But I will be here next Sunday. Oh boy, I'll be here next Sunday. I'll try to do better with the thumbnails and getting those out timely so you know what I'm talking about. I'm getting better. Now that I have like a set format, I can have a little bit steadier flow, and I won't get like super nervous about adding something new from the previous week, which gives me a little bit of anxiety. So thanks for everyone who's rocking with me, and I will, let's see, let me do this properly. Okay, very good. Thanks for everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing week. Be careful. Stay warm. It's going to be cold.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
It's that simple?
Yep. It's that simple.